So you're sick in the head, are you? You want to burn fast and bright, but do it in a dark kind of way? You want to build on rakdos, do you, boy? Well, we're going to show you how here. We're going to start out here with the staples in black, which in my opinion, these are 10 of them that must go in every rakdos deck. First we have ad nauseum. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to the converted mana cost. You may repeat this process any number of times. So we don't mind paying that life. And look here, we have opposition agent. So for 2 and a black, this human rogue can be flashed in, and you control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. While an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast them. So you can stand over Timmy's shoulder and be like, hey, Timmy, go through there. Come on now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Not so fast. Go back. Let me see. So we control Timmy, and we can cast his cards because they'll love that, right? So yeah, opposition agent. If I'm playing black, it's going in there. Vampiric Tutor. Search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life. Yes, right, of course. And my favorite tutor, the twin combo of Reanimate and Entomb. Let's flip these around here. So any black deck. Oh, geez, I give it away too. Who would have thought I'd ever put that in there? So Entomb, right? This is a 2 mana tutor at instant speed. So, Entomb. Search your library for a card and then put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Reanimate for 1 black. Put target card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its mana value. So we can search up anything we want, put it in the graveyard, and reanimate it. Put it on the battlefield. You used to like that. So we like that. This is our favorite tutor right here. I think this is even better than Vampiric. I think it's just the best tutor in Magic. Some people think I'm goofy, but I love it right here. Those 2. Imagine if this was a split card. You know, those 2. Like another card I'm going to show you. Just imagine it. We'll keep ad naus out. So, in rakdos, right? Okay, so Necropotence. We know this card. We talk about this card a lot. If I'm running black, I'm running this until it's banned. Skip the draw phase. If you discard a card from your hand, remove that card from the game. For 0, you pay 1 life to set aside the top card of your library. At the beginning of your next discard phase, put that card into your hand. Effects that prevent or redirect damage cannot be used to counter that loss. So we exile a number of cards. Pay 1 life to set one aside. We can't stop this damage from happening. And then at the time of discard, where we have to have 7 or less cards and less Reliquary Tower, etc., we have to have 7. So at our discard phase, we discard back down to 7. And we have lost life, though. So we pay in life. So in Rakdos, live fast, right? That's what we want to do here. So in Rakdos, this is just our flavor. So we can live by our own terms, get what we need, hopefully, roll the dice. We love it. Demonic Tutor. Search your library for 1 card and take it into your hand to reshuffle your library afterwards. Sorcery Speed, just fine. 1 and a black. Dark Ritual for 1 black. Add 3 to your mana pool, of course. We want that extra mana to get those big creatures out there. Animate Dead. Right there. 1 and a black. It's like Reanimate, but target creature from any graveyard and put it directly into play under your control with a -1/0 counter on it. Treat this creature as though it were just summoned. If Animate Dead is removed, bury the creature in its owner's graveyard. Now, if we had other colors in the mix, we can do wonderful things with Animate Dead. But in this, we can return a very tough, very high-cost creature from our graveyard to the battlefield. And we have Diabolic Intent there, my new one. Look at, oh yeah, we talked about that. Look at this. Oh, we just love it. Oh my goodness. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. And we like to sacrifice things in black, right? So moving on, we have 10 red cards that must go in every Rakdos deck. So, Rite of Flame. So for 1 red, we get 2 red to the mana pool. Then add red to the mana pool for each card named Rite of Flame in each graveyard. So in essence, unless somebody else is using Rite of Flame, which they very well may be, we are gonna get 2 mana. So that's what that will do. 2 red mana. So mana production in red, kind of rare. Final Fortune, any deck running red, not just Rakdos. And I'd take that into consideration that any of these colors, these black, I chose these because they'd go good in any deck, just not Rakdos in particular. Some of them are Rakdos centric, as it were, right? However, these would go good in any deck, like Final Fortune. So you get your combo pieces on your turn, generate your mana, but then you got to wait for the turn to go around. Maybe you don't have your haste enabler. So for 2, you take this another turn after this one, you lose the game at the end of the turn. But hopefully your combo can pop off. So this, in any deck running red, that's great. Dockside Extortionist, any deck. This is a staple right here. When Dockside Extortionist enters the battlefield, create X treasure token, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. And we're just going to love bouncing him back and forth, right? With things like Reanimate in our... Now these two, we'll just talk about these two together. So any deck running red, not just Rakdos, but right here. So Dualcaster Mage. When Dualcaster Mage enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So with Twin Flame on the stack, we flash in Dualcaster. And then we target Dualcaster with choose any number of target creatures you control. For each of them, put a token that's a copy of that creature onto the battlefield. Those tokens gain haste. So in essence, we're going to cast Twin Flame before it resolves Dualcaster. And then we're going to use Twin Flame to hit Dualcaster, which is going to create this again and again. These are going to bounce, and we're going to get copies of Dualcaster with haste. Infinitum. So in any deck running red, we're going to want that. And a tutor creature here in red. For 2 in a red, you get the Imperial Recruiter Tutor. I'm an Imperial Recruiter Tutor. It's what I'm gonna do to tutor, cause I'm an Imperial Recruiter Tutor. But that's not all he is, right? He's got other things. He's not just an Imperial Recruiter Tutor. He's also a nice dude. Alright, as a passionate recruiter will win a war before the first arrow flies. For the arrow flies. Okay, enough. Stop it. Okay, so our Human Advisor 1/1. When Imperial Recruiter enters the battlefield, search your library for a creature card with power 2 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And how fun would it be to run a modern deck with 4 of these and just keep, like, searching these out? Boop. My Imperial Recruiter tutor did a tutor for the other Imperial Recruiter, so I got another tutor for the Imperial Recruiter, and I'm going to play my Imperial Recruiter and do a tutor for an Imperial Recruiter. How about them, duder? Alright. Anyways, Faithless Looting. So for 1 red, what do we get to do? We get to draw 2 cards, I discard 2 cards. And that's okay in these colors because we want to fill the graveyard anyways. We can flash it back. Flash. Look at I can flash it. Flash. Haha. Flash, flash, flash. So yeah, flashback, 2 in a red. We like it. We want it. We want to do it. It's fine with us. Underworld, a breach. So, we know what we can do with the Underworld of Breach. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost, plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Underworld Breach. So, we have Red Elemental Blast. Now there's another card like this, but I didn't include it in here because it's just the same. Counter target blue spell or destroy target blue permanent. And it's Interrupt. Pardon me, sir. I counter that. And Jeska's Will, one of my favorite cards. So Jeska's Will, 2 in a red. Choose 1. If you control a commander as you cast the spell, you may choose both. So add 1 red for each card in target opponent's hand. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. This is huge mana generation. Huge, huge in red. So we're definitely going to want to run that.